We are now live on YouTube.
Very well. The regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners, the Public Building Commission of the City of Chicago, Commission of Chicago, to be held January 14, 2:30, will officially come to order. Executive Director, please call the roll.
Thank you, Chairman Johnson, and good afternoon, Commissioner.
Good afternoon.
Chairman Johnson.
Here.
Commissioner Sacks.
Here.
Commissioner Petwinkle.
Here.
Commissioner Maldonado.
Here.
Commissioner Ellis.
Here.
Commissioner Steele. Commissioner Randall.
Here.
Chairman, we have a quorum.
Very well. Pursuant to Section 2.06G of the Open Meetings Act, public comment period will be held. Registered speakers will be allowed 2 minutes to provide comments. Executive Director Gitteroff, please proceed with the public comment period.
Thank
and
you.
The particular message that every person that wishes to participate needs to hear.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you for joining us today to share your comments with the PBC Board. In compliance with the Open Meetings Act, public participation provides an opportunity for residents to share their comments with our Board of Commissioners. Although this is not a question and answer session, staff are happy to follow up with you after the meeting. As a reminder, public participants must register 2 hours in advance of the meeting and are allowed 2 minutes to provide comments. As another reminder, and as stated in the PBC's resolution adopted by the board, all public comments must be limited to issues of concern before the board or its committees. Remarks of a personal nature directed toward a member of the board, employees of the commission, or any other individual will not be permitted. Although we welcome public participation and public comment at our meetings, conduct or behavior that is not respectful or in violation of our anti-harassment policy will not be tolerated. Thank you again for joining us. Mary Pat?
Thank you, Ray. First speaker is Zoe Lang.
I need y'all to understand what the First Amendment is. Telling somebody what they need to talk about when we are taxpayers is insane. Second, a person who's been coming here for 2 years because the city of Chicago is running a legal eminent domain scheme in the buildings department. And I've asked you, Mayor Brandon Johnson, but I understand this happened way before you. This is not even your problem. This is the machine that she has helped, Tony Freckman has helped build, the man next to her has helped build. This has been happening for a very long time. Just like with David Moore. David Moore is my alderman. I can't go to David Moore. Matter of fact, David Moore has made sure that I can't go back to any meetings in the city until April 14th. So after this, I'm going to go file my federal lawsuit against him, because what he's not going to do is violate to keep me off the mic because of all the corruption that's happening in the city in Cook County. All y'all do is launder money all day. Y'all steal money all day, and y'all been doing this for a long time. In 2019, between 2019 and right here, y'all have sold between $3.27 billion and $3.9 billion in COVID-19 relief money and illegal immigration money. And because they want us, the black people, go back, they're mad because we're talking about it on that mic and they're trying to keep me away. Tell that alderman to either meet with my family because my land is over there and we can talk about some maybe tip money, that's the reason why they knocked it down so he can make right, or it's going to be all over. The country is watching. I'm not playing. If I gotta run for office, I will. And guess what? I will win. Fix it, make it right.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Mr. Kenneth Newman.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
President Frank-Winkle, Chairman Johnson. Let's make CPS a better school district this coming year. Mr. Mayor, we definitely need you to put aside some other plans and at least help some students to have better athletic facilities so they have a better chance to go to college. There are schools without the athletic facilities. The students don't get fit. They get turned down in some cases for the armed forces because they're not fit when they graduate. And there are just too many locations across the city where we have food deserts, we have athletic facility deserts. And so I'd like you to get a 400-meter track and an artificial turf field built for Curie High School. And then come farther east and get one for Dyett High School in Washington Park. And then go up north to Warren Park and put one in Warren Park for Sullivan High School, and Mather Park for Mather High School. All those locations, they don't have a track at the school, and the students are suffering because of this. We're gonna make the school district better, our school board members need to understand that past practices of past mayoral administrations made sure that CPS students were not getting the athletic facilities they deserve, unlike most suburban or Catholic schools or even some private schools. So please, let's get work on getting athletic facilities built so we can develop our athletic talent and more young people have a shot at going to college. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Newman. Our next speaker is Amanda Egghout. Engel.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good
Mayor.
afternoon.
Thank you for hearing me today. My name is Amanda Englert, and I'm here again on behalf of Advocates for Morgan Shoal, a community center group working to bring awareness of our historical biodiverse shoreline with the goal of ensuring that the ideas and vision of community members are included in the reconstruction plan for Morgan Shoal. On February 22nd of last year, the PBC hosted its first of 4 community meetings wherein it presented its own reconstruction plan, having completely bypassed the legally mandated community engagement process. A FOIA revealed that your plan was fully fleshed out down to the precise number of trees in design sheets issued on March 25th, 2024. It's safe to say this plan was pretty far along before even the first community meeting and goes a long way toward explaining why the meetings felt designed to convince us rather than to collaborate with us. You've been taken to task by a formal letter as well as during a draft MOA meeting by the ACHP for failing to abide by the legal community process, for having proceeded to this point without having provided the requisite historic structure report, required NEPA and 106 processes, and in general neglecting to operate with transparency. We are a consulting party and we've heard nothing. We happen to hit up Alderman Lamont Robinson during his office hours and understand that federal funding is assured and construction is slated to begin as early as summer 2025. If that's true, why isn't that information on the website? And if that's not true, can we please get some clarity? We believe there is a better way to address shoreline erosion and storm damage reduction than the city's current plan, and we please ask that you hear it. We want to work together to safeguard a welcoming, accessible urban oasis made with environmentally responsible materials and scientifically guided design, with a focus on the health, sustainability, and longevity of our spaces and ourselves. We respectfully request the engagement to which we are entitled, information we are promised, and a plan we and ensuing generations of Chicagoans deserve. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Mr. George Blakemore.
It's okay. And right here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Contracts and compliance. Racist. Contracts and compliance. What do you mean contract? I mean money. All these buildings that with the building commission, they got to have workers. They got to have a resource, citizens' money. But who's getting these contracts? Who's getting these contracts? How many of blacks are receiving these contracts? Now, a few years ago, I was over at City Council talking with Sterling Bay, getting all this, gonna have a new city. But what about black contracts right here? Now they have the casino. What about black people getting contracts? They're not gonna get them. They're not gonna get them, even though you got black faces in high places. And when I spoke over there at the casino, when they were over there, they said, we have, Mr. Blakemore, you're next. I said, all these showers of blessings, all this money that's coming in through the casino, when they get to the black ghetto, they're gonna be golden showers, pissed on, doodle on, but you have black faces in high places. Look at here, right here, water reclamation, Carrie Steele. Look at here, Brandon Johnson and our alderman, and there's Tony Preckwinkle, the head of Cook County Board. All these black faces in high places, and when these showers of blessings come down, you've been peed on. You've been doodled on because we have poor black leadership. That's why I was speculating. He saw that police
Thank you, Mr.
throw me
Blakemore. Your
down,
time is
and
expired.
he spoke up.
Thank you, Mr.
And he
Blakemore.
said, Mr. Blakemore, go to the doctor, go to the
Thank you. That
hospital.
concludes the public.
Now.
Thank you.
He talking about me.
Okay.
Thank you. We will have order in here.
Federal charge on you for violating my First Amendment right. Cause I signed up to speak. So you don't speak, I'm not speaking, I got that federal charge for you and you, Brett Whistle. How about that part? Yeah, that part. Violating my
For the
right.
consideration of the approval of minutes of the regular meeting held December 10th, 2024. I need a motion to approve. It's been moved. Is there a second? All those in favor of approving the minutes signify by saying aye. Any opposed, say nay. The motion is approved. For the report of the Administrative Operations Committee regarding the, could we please, thank you, Sheriff, thank you.
Thank you.
For the report by the Administrative Operations Committee regarding the meeting held on January 8th, 2025, Committee Chairman Maldonado will present the report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mayo Committee held a meeting.
Can we close the door? Can we close the door? Yeah, just for a second. Thank you. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Mayo Committee held a meeting on January 8, 2025. Our report is as follows. The Director of Procurement reported on task order awards for environmental engineering and material testing specialty consultant services to previously appointed firms. The report is under tab A 4A. The Director of Procurement reported on the appointment of firms to provide job order contracting services to the PBC and on the bid opening for contract C-1617 for the Works Progress Administration Street Reconstruction Project for West 112th Street and South Loomis Street. The Executive Director will provide additional details during his report. The Executive Director reported on field orders and various outreach opportunities. The Committee accepted the recommendations and reports from the PBC representatives, and that concludes my report.
Very well. We'll look for the addition information and Executive Director Gitteroff's report. There's a motion to accept this report. Is there a second? It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. This report is accepted. For consideration of approval of the appointment of firms to provide job order contracting services for projects defined by the following project value classification. Tiers 1 through 3. For tier 1, projects greater than 1 million. For tier 2, projects between 300,000 and 1 million. And then, of course, tier 3 projects equal to or less than 300,000. Executive Director will provide the recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With the board's concurrence and previous approval on December 12 of 2018, PBC approved 21 job order contracting firms as part of PBC's job order contracting program. For context, of those 21 firms, nine were MBE, WBE, and or MBE and WBE. The terms of those agreements expired on December 31st of 2024. PBC has had great success with its job order contracting program. With our client partners' concurrence, various projects have been successfully delivered by the program. PBC established a tiered approach that allows firms of all sizes to participate on projects. Furthermore, this allows firms, particularly MBE and WBE firms, to increase capacity and grow. Under your leadership, Mr. Chairman, on October 23rd of this year, PBC advertised requests for proposals for job order contracting services. On November 18th, a pre-submission conference was conducted. On December 18th, 31 responses were received by the PBC. Based on the consensus of the evaluation committee, we are recommending approval of 30 firms to provide job order contracting services. This action expands the PBC's job service database through a similar 3-tiered approach that affords opportunities to a wider group of firms. A couple of highlights before I get into the names at each tier. Of the 30 firms being presented today, a total of 20 firms are minority, women, and or minority and women-owned business enterprise firms. The MBE, WBE, and MBE, WBE firms represent 66% of the 30 firms being presented today. A total of 4 firms moved up 1 tier from their previous appointment. I will read their names momentarily. Of those 30 firms, 20 are new to the program. It says a lot, Mr. Mayor, under your leadership and the Board of Commissioners, based on our success that we've had under this procurement. The list is as follows. Tier 1 for projects greater than $1,000,001. Tier 1 includes a total of 12 firms, of which 5 are MBE firms, or 42% of the firms are MBE firms. Excel Construction Services Group LLC, an MBE firm new to the program. BOA Construction, an MBE firm that was part of the previous program but has moved up from the middle tier to the upper tier. CI Construction Inc., new to the program. EPI Right-Way Huggins Joint Venture, Right-Way Huggins being an MBE firm, new to the program. FH Passion SN Nielsen and Associates LLC. GMA Construction Group, an MBE firm, also new to the program. Granite Construction Group, new to the program. KR Miller Contractors, Inc., Leopardo Construction, new to the program. McDonough Demolition, Inc., Robe, Inc., that also moved up from the middle tier to the upper tier under this current procurement, and Ujama Construction, an MBE firm. Those are the Tier 1 firms. The Tier 2 projects are between $300,001 and $1 million. Tier 2 includes a total of 9 firms, of which 2 are MBE firms, 1 a WBE firm, and 4 are MBE and WBE firms, or 78% of the firms are either MBE, WBE, and or M and WBE. Their names are as follows. Alpha Chicago Inc., an MBE firm, has moved up from the lower tier to now the middle tier. Bill Welding and Fabrication LLC, doing business as BWF Construction, an MBE and WBE firm. CCC Holdings Inc., doing business as CCC Design Build. Cordos Development and Associates LLC. Korea Construction Inc., an MBE and WBE firm, new to the program. Maman Corporation, a WBE firm, new to the program. SMB Contracting Inc., an MBE and WBE firm, new to the program. Summit Construction Inc., an MBE firm, new to the program. Taza Construction, doing business as Tiles and Style LLC, an MBE and WBE firm that moved up from the lower tier to now the middle tier. The final tier, Tier 3 projects equal to or less than $300,000. Tier 3 includes a total of 9 firms, of which 3 are MBE firms and 5 are MBE and WBE firms, or 88% of that tier are either MBE or MBE and WBE. I will read their names. Chicago Management and Associates Inc., new to the program. E2 General Construction, an MBE firm, new to the program. iProperty Manage Inc., an MBE and WBE firm, new to the program. Melissa Chinhua Enterprises Inc., an MBE and WBE firm, also new to the program. SMM Construction Company Inc., an MBE firm, new to the program. Unique Casework Installations Inc., an MBE and WBE firm, new to the program. Unite Construction Inc., an MBE and WBE firm, new to the program. WTL Foundation One Inc., an MBE and WBE firm, new to the program. YAD Construction LLC, an MBE firm, new to the program. These term agreements are for an estimated annual amount of $6 million for each firm for a term of 4 years with 2 one-year extension options. We are very proud of the effort that staff has put into procuring the new job contractors and the opportunities that are going to be afforded to all of the M and WBE firms that otherwise would not have had an opportunity to work with the PBC. That concludes my report on item A5.
Very well. Is there a motion to approve the recommendation?
I'm pleased to ask.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. Can we get a second first?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any comments?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
At the same time, we are also being, and this, I'm very proud of this. So, but the comment is that we should also note that they have to have the required returns.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Commissioner Sacks. Are there any other commissioners that wish to speak to this item? Let me just then congratulate you, Executive Director Gitteroff, for the hard work of this team to ensure minority and women business enterprises to be able to participate in the PBC. The graduation if you will, or elevation of firms to next tiers is certainly a reflection of the values that we have on this board. So we're very grateful to see that level of acceleration as well. So again, we appreciate your hard work and the commitment to ensure that the investments that are coming through this body, that minority-owned and women-owned businesses will be able to participate in these projects. So thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's with your vision and staff support that we were able to do that along with guidance from our commissioner. So thank you very much.
Chair, well, if there are no other comments, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of approving this recommendation signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. This motion is approved. For the report by the executive director regarding the notice of awards of contracts of $25,000 and under, this is regarding the website.
Hosting,
correct?
yes,
All right,
hosting.
very well. The chair recognizes the executive director. Get her off.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This month, we have one contract to report to the board for Catalyst Consulting Group, Inc., an MBE firm in an amount not to exceed $24,999. Catalyst Consulting Group, Inc. currently provides website hosting and maintenance services to the PBC, and this agreement extends their services through 2025 as needed. The services include website hosting, maintenance, and technical support of PBC's existing public-facing website and archives. That concludes my report for item A6.
Very well. Is there a motion to accept this report?
There is, Mr. Chairman.
There's a motion to accept. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed, say nay. This report is accepted. For consideration or approval, the acquisition of Cotter Consulting Incorporated.
That was going to be deferred.
That will be deferred. That's right. Thank you. It's in my notes. This item for A7 will be deferred for report of the executive director regarding his regular reports, development status, and other matters. The chair recognizes Executive Director Gitteroff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I'm glad to be back here with everybody after the holiday
That's right.
season.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just a few updates regarding our activities since the last board meeting. On December 19th, we hosted a second hiring event for the Emergency Medical Services Addition Project at the Legler Library located at 115 South Pulaski Road. On December 17th, our team attended the Capitol Construction Summit hosted by the Chicago Public Schools at the IBEW Local 134 Memorial Hall located at 2722 South Martin Luther King Drive. Also, on December 17th, we participated in a virtual community meeting with stakeholders for the Lincoln Square Brown Line project. The purpose of the meeting was to provide an update and overview regarding the project to the aldermen and local residents. Separately, we have scheduled our next Assist Agency Conference on January 16th. PBC previously conducted 4 conferences with our assist agencies. The purpose of the conferences is to provide updates regarding upcoming PBC opportunities, answer questions, enhance partnerships, and assist MNWBE businesses. Finally, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, we look forward to an incredible and successful 2025. That concludes my report.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to accept this report?
There is.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any comments? Again, I would like to congratulate the team as we go into this new year. Our efforts to continue to drive opportunities to address the employment challenges that we still have in Chicago and Cook County, particularly neighborhoods that have experienced historic disinvestment. We're grateful and appreciative that these opportunities and sessions are being held in the neighborhood. I just wanted to know for the record, I did not purposefully call for that last opportunity to be held on the west side of Chicago, but as a proud West Sider, we appreciate that. But again, thank you for that work, and we are looking forward to seeing the results as you've done for us before, Executive Director, of how many folks are participating, how many folks are actually getting connected to prove the work and the value of these direct interventions and outreaches in our community. If there are no other comments, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of accepting this report signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. This report is accepted. From the City of Chicago, consideration of approval to award a contract C-1617 for the Works Progress Administration, WPA Street Reconstruction. This is at West 112th Street and South Loomis Street. The Executive Director will provide the recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On December 17th of 2024, and in collaboration with our partners at CDOT, we invited all contractors to bid on the Works Progress Administration Street Reconstruction Project at the following locations: West 112th Street from South Fairfield Avenue to South Rockwell Street, South Loomis Street from West 121st Street to West 120th Street. The project consists of full pavement reconstruction and excavation along with various site improvement work. On December 30th, we hosted pre-bid and technical review meetings. On January 9th, we received 2 bids, and following review, we recommend award to MQ Sewer and Water Contractors, Inc., doing business as MQ Construction Company, Inc., in the amount of $4,600,071.07. PBC will continue to coordinate with CDOT on the successful delivery of this project. That concludes my report for item B1.
Very well. Is there a motion to approve the recommendation?
There is, Mr.
Is there a
Chairman.
second? It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. This motion is approved. For the consideration of approval, the partial undertaking request from the city of Chicago for the Mayfair Branch Library project located at 4400 West Lawrence Avenue, and that's is that the one in the
Alderman Nugent.
39th Ward, right? The executive director Gitteroff will provide the recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On October 10th of 2023, PBC approved a formulation request to initiate a feasibility study to evaluate various options for the Mayfair Branch Library. This partial undertaking request in the amount of $8 million is for the continued development and valuation of the design and various options for the extension of the Mayfair Branch Library. Following approval of this request, PBC will continue to work with our partners at the Chicago Public Library and the City Department of Fleet and Facility Management on the next phase of the project, including but not limited to development, review and confirmation of scope, program, budget, and schedule. That concludes my report for item B2.
Very well. Is there a motion to approve this
There is.
recommendation? It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of approving this recommendation signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. This motion is approved. Is there a motion to adjourn?
There is.
There's a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Non-debatable. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay.